is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Longhorns will get us started with the opening kickoff. Just into the end zone, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Corralled by the kicking team. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Just don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
They're out there to kick it off. The return team must rivet that ball to their rib cage. Can't afford another turnover. Texas. Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Quarterback keeps it. Got the first down. Looking for more. Smashes ahead. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Running behind that left side. Got room at the 35. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. Might as well give it to him again. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they are going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They're going to ride this running back. Bulldoze ahead, he's down at the 18 after picking up 5. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
They love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Pressure coming. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. And it just seems like there's a little more oomph in a hit like that in a rivalry game, David.
Man, yeah, and you have to love it in these rivalry games when you get those big licks. And, Jesse, you make a statement. You make a point.
Yeah, you're right, David. I mean, I just feel like in rivalry games, everybody's playing a little bit faster. And I feel like the hits just hurt a little bit more. Your physical toughness will be challenged in rivalry games like this.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Caught near the sticks. It's Taylor. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but lost one deep down the right side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I know it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you watch the right defensive end get in there so fast, rush the passer, get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. I love the replays of these things when you can really hone in on that one guy on the one side and you just watch him go to work.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Going to take a shot. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. New Mexico State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Aggie Memorial Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to New Mexico. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're going to open this drive with a pass. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. And the Huskers want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, wants to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Quick pass on the fly motion. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. Has this head coach lost his mind? Does he know where the ball is on the field? He's going for it this close to his own end zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. First down to start the drive after the break. The pull and throw off the RPO. At the 45 on his way. He's loose. 10. Touchdown, Nebraska. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff. He locked up and held on to bring him down. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule.
He uncorks one deep. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Nebraska.
Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up. Defense might bring the house here. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on 2nd down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Huskers!
It's hard for a defense.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Send out the offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back.
Time to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And a great job by the QB, find the running back, get in the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's right on target. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Touchdown, Texas! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to run it back. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out at the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together.
Timeout, Texas.
The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick handoff. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. to the ground with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Might be looking to run. Got enough space. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, Little Red's probably turning into Big Red with pride right now with this performance he's turning in.
And, man, he is in his bag. He's running it. He's throwing it. This defense is like, habit, what? Which way do I go? Who's got the football? He is setting this defense on fire.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Direct snap. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Floats it out in space. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Gets away. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Nebraska. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good. They're up 35-24. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Huskers will kick it away to start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown Longhorns! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. They move the tight end all over. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. To the air on first down. On the move to his left. Fires on the move. Working that left side. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Huskers want to move quickly.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. On the option. He can't corral the pitch, the ball's on the ground. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw.
And that's an interesting call going play action on 3rd and long because the defense is not worried about you handing the football off. That's not freezing anybody, especially these defensive ends. They're going right up the field, and you saw that time the pocket collapse as they were able to get to the quarterback.
And the returner will be brought down. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
It's so easy to let your eyes lie to you, to see the ball kind of go the other way. What's my assignment? My assignment is to make sure I contain on the backside. Great job by the defense, not getting fooled, playing their assignment, making the play.
He lobs one high down the left side. Touchdown, Texas! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground, reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
Pushes ahead. He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The offense lining up for a first down play. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. The Cornhuskers moving quickly to the line. This quarterback part of their running game. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Got 5 wide out spread across the field on 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Got his man out of the backfield. Turns it on at midfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Fires into traffic, picked off. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Oh, that's him grabbing air. And he picks up the first down, and he does it. I'm not going to say spin move. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He's looking to throw it. Got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Looking for a huge play. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
That's a really good play by the defense, playing deep to shallow. My job is to stay as deep as the deepest. Make sure I don't get beat deep. If they throw it underneath, I go make a tackle and rally, but I can't give up those deep shots. Great job by the DB.
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Texas, 38. Nebraska, 35.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. On the move at the 30. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with the QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then going for the big play. And he intercepts it. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
The give to the back.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense looks like they're coming. Give to the single back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Huskers in the hurry up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. A strike downfield. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the 1st down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires left. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Looking for a deep man. A full dive to haul that one in.
Well, this guy came ready to play today, man. That is an unbelievable unbelievable diving catch. He has been unstoppable today. Over 100 yards receiving already. Doesn't matter where he lines up, but if you're going to make catches like that, you're going to get a lot of throws coming your way. We've still got a lot of football to go, guys.
Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
They'll go with a direct snap. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
So after the touchdown, they'll try to use this 2-point conversion and get this game to within a field goal. Gets it out fast. He gets it in for the 2, and now a field goal would tie it. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd down, going up top. Quickly to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Nebraska.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. At the 45, on his way. Afterburners coming. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Looking to throw on second down. That's reeled in. It's Davis. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, they're able to get the completion right now. You know the sense of urgency is up right here. They're in position to go win this game, Dave.
Yeah, and defensively, take your time getting off piles, make them eat clock, get in your defense really, really quickly, and make sure you don't give up any big plays by not being organized.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on third and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
And this is why it's so nice to have a guy under center you can trust. You understand the situation. Third and long, I want to go get this first down, but I'm in field goal range. I got a chance to go up by more than a field goal. Nice job throwing the football away when he didn't see the look he wanted.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the try is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Slides away. He wants to go deep. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. Fourth down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Final seconds of the game. They can just take a knee and eliminate all of the drama.
And you're exhaling, too, at this point, because this was a hard-fought football game, David. It could have gone either way. At the end, it was this team that made the most plays, made the fewest mistakes, and they've earned this victory formation.
And by the way, there's nothing more frustrating in the world than playing defense when they take knees. Like, it's a helpless feeling. There's nothing you can do. You have so much rage inside you just want to hit somebody so hard, and they're just taking a knee, and you just got to take the L.
This crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, and David, they were able to go out and execute